Hi, this is Manoj Chandak, and today we are discussing on the absolute references in the Excel. Now let us take an example here. We have one case where we are calculating the compounding interest. This compounding interest have principal 1000. We are calculating it for 5 years and for different percentage 8, 9, 10, 11. Now idea here is we should create a formula only once and we should able to use that formula across all the years and for all the percentage like 9, 10 and 11 percentage. So let us use the formula first and see what are the issues in this process we get. So first thing is for the calculating the compounding interest, the formula I already mentioned here, that is amount equal to principal into 1 plus I raised to power n, and we are going to use the same formula here. So the formula we are now putting here equal to, this is the principal amount, so principal into 1 plus I is the interest, that is 8%. So we are putting that 8% interest here, and then raised to power n, that is the year in our case. So this is the formula we got for the first year with the 8% interest rate. Now when we want to copy this formula from for 9%, this just by copying this won't work. The reason is by default Excel takes a relative reference. What does that mean? See, in this formula here we got the formula by calculating before, then we use the formula as a principal before, then for the percentage it is B7, and for year it is A8. Now when we copy this formula from this cell to this cell, all this cell reference will change relatively. That is, instead of B4 it becomes C4, instead of B7 it becomes C7, and instead of A8 it becomes B8, and that is why we are getting the wrong answers. To correct this, we have to correct the formula also, and we have to use the absolute reference instead of relative reference. Explicitly we have to give the absolute reference here. To give the absolute reference we have to use the dollar sign. So there are two ways: either you can physically put the dollar sign in front of B and in front of 4, or you can use the keys, function keys F4 for doing the same thing. Like I use the function key, and now you see here there is a dollar before B and dollar before 4. So that way we have fixed the principal value, the sale of the principal value, so that even if we move anywhere, all the time the value will come only from B4. It won't move anywhere else in the relative position. Now the second part is B7. So even if we copy this formula down the rows, like row 9, row 10, down the rows, all the time my percentage should come from my interest should come from this row called row 7. Okay, and even if I copy this formula from this column B to column C, my year should always come from column A. So for that reason I have to fix these values in absolute terms. So for row I will be fixing by putting the dollar sign before 7, and for column I'll fix the dollar sign, since I have to before A, as I have to fix the column I'm putting the dollar sign before column here. And once these dollar sign are placed, we can copy this formula on for other percentage, for 9, 10 and 11 percentage very easily, and you get the correct answer for those things. Same way we can copy it down the rows for years and we get the correct value for the years also. So that's the way the absolute reference works. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.